All right, welcome. Today we are going on an epic journey. We're jumping thousands of years back in time to a world of powerful kings, huge rebellions, and the incredible choice of one single person. We're going to open up the scrolls and dive deep into the entire story of Genesis chapter 14.
So here's the game plan for our journey. We're going to start with this massive war between ancient kings, then see how it suddenly gets super personal for Abram. We'll follow him on a wild rescue mission that leads to a choice that will pretty much define who he is forever. Let's do it.
Okay, so let's set the scene. Our story kicks off in a land filled with these small city-states, and the whole place is just simmering with tension. Imagine a world where promises are easily broken, and a peace treaty that's lasted for more than 10 years is about to just shatter. It's about to explode into a conflict that changes everything.
I want you to think of this like a huge, high-stakes game of Risk. For 12 straight years, 5 local kings, including the famous kings of Sodom and Gomorrah, they all had to pay tribute, send money and goods to this super powerful emperor from the east, a guy named King Kedorlaomer. But then, in year 13, they decided they'd had enough. They just stopped paying. Well, Kedorlaomer isn't going to just let that slide. Now, in the 14th year, he's not sending a warning letter. He's coming with the full might of 4 united armies to completely crush this rebellion.
Now, picture the battlefield, the Valley of Sodom. You can almost feel the air, thick and shimmering with heat. Dust is everywhere, kicked up by thousands of marching feet. But this is no ordinary field. The ground itself is a trap. It's dotted with these deep, gross, slimy pits of natural tar, just bubbling under the hot sun. Seriously, what a treacherous place to fight a war.
And the battle is just pure chaos. You can hear it, the clang of bronze shields and swords, the booming voices of commanders, and the panicked shouts of the armies trying to run away. The 5 local kings, they are getting totally steamrolled. Some of their soldiers literally fall right into those sticky tar pits. But Kedorlaomer's victorious armies, they don't stop there. Oh no, they march right into Sodom and Gomorrah and just ransack the place, taking all the food, all the valuables, and all the people.
So in the middle of all this noise, all this plunder and defeat, one family gets swept up in the disaster. And just like that, this massive war between distant kings is about to become a deeply personal crisis for our hero Abram.
Imagine you're Abram, just living peacefully in your tent encampment, when all of a sudden, this single desperate figure comes stumbling out of the dust. He's a survivor from the battle, totally breathless and exhausted. And the news he carries? It's devastating. Lot, Abram's own nephew, who is living in Sodom, has been captured, along with his entire family and everything he owns.
So now Abram has a choice to make. Think about it. He's not a king. He's not a general. He's a wealthy shepherd, a man who values peace. But he is also a man of fierce, unwavering loyalty. To him, family is absolutely everything, and there is no way he's going to stand by while his nephew is dragged away in chains.
So what does he do? He musters his army. But here's the thing, it's not an army of soldiers. It's his own household staff. We're talking 318 of his most trusted, trained men, shepherds, servants, guys who are loyal to him personally. It's this tiny, private force going up against 4 victorious kings and their massive, battle-hardened armies. The odds are, well, they're not just bad, they're basically impossible.
But see, Abram isn't just brave, he's brilliant. He knows there's no way he can win in a head-to-head fight. So he tracks the enemy army, follows them all the way north to a place called Dan, and he waits. Waits for the dead of night. Picture it. The sky is pitch black, no moon. The enemy camp is fast asleep, probably celebrating, totally overconfident. And then, silently, Abram splits up his tiny force and attacks from different sides at the same time, creating absolute chaos and confusion under the cover of darkness.
And it works. It totally works. The surprise attack throws the enemy army into a complete panic. They just drop everything and run. And Abram chases them down, winning this incredible victory. And get this, he doesn't just rescue Lot and his family, he rescues all the other captives and gets back every last bit of the stolen treasure. Can you just imagine the joy of that reunion? The look on Lot's face when he realizes his uncle, the shepherd, just pulled off something that 5 kings and their armies couldn't.
Okay, so on the journey home, Abram is feeling pretty good, flushed with this amazing victory. But then he has this mysterious encounter.
A meeting that's even more powerful than the battle he just won, and it's going to completely change how he sees his own success.
All of a sudden, this figure appears. But he's not a warrior. He is Melchizedek, the king of Salem. Now, in a world that's just full of warrior kings who worshiped all kinds of gods, this guy is totally different. He's a priest of God Most High, the one and only God that Abram follows. And he doesn't come with a sword, he comes with fresh bread and wine. Can you just imagine the smell of that warm bread cutting through the dust and sweat of the journey? His arrival is this huge, powerful sign that Abram is not alone in this.
And Melchizedek gives Abram this incredible blessing. But notice what he says. He doesn't say, "Wow, Abram, you're an amazing military genius." No, he says, "Blessed be Abram by God Most High." He's reminding Abram that his strength, his brilliant plan, his victory, it didn't just come from him. It came from a higher power.
And Abram's response is so profound. He takes a tenth of everything he recovered from the battle and gives it to Melchizedek. This is called a tithe, and it was an ancient way to show honor. But for Abram, this is deeply personal. It's his way of physically saying, "Thank you, I get it, you're right. I'm publicly declaring that this success was a gift, and I'm giving honor where honor is due."
But the challenges aren't over yet. Right after this incredible spiritual moment, another king shows up to meet Abram. This time, it's the king of Sodom. Yep, one of the guys Abram just saved. And this meeting, this is going to be the final, ultimate test of Abram's character.
So now Abram is staring at this huge choice. The king of Sodom makes him an offer. He says, "Look, you give me back the people, my citizens, and you can keep all the stuff, all the treasure, all the goods, it's yours." It's an offer of incredible wealth. So you see the contrast, right? Melchizedek offered spiritual food and a blessing. The king of Sodom offers worldly riches in a business deal.
And Abram's answer, oh, it is epic. He refuses. He turns down everything. He basically says, "I have sworn an oath to God Most High that I will not take so much as a single thread, not even a shoelace from you." This is his mic drop moment. He is making it completely 100% clear, my blessing, my wealth, my honor, it comes from God, not from you, not from the corrupt kings of this world.
So what on earth does this ancient story of war and choices teach us today? Well, this is what we call the Midot Challenge. It's where we look at these stories and figure out how the choices made back then can help us improve our own character traits, our midot, which is a beautiful Hebrew word for our inner dimensions. So here is your mitzvah challenge for this week. It's a way for all of us to practice the integrity that Abram showed. First, just notice. Find a moment this week when you get praised for something. Maybe you got a good grade or scored a goal in a game, anything. Second, ask yourself this simple question. Did I do this 100% on my own? Third, act. Just like Abram gave a tenth to show where the honor really belonged, find a small way to share the credit. Thank a parent who helped your study, or a friend who gave you a good idea, or a teammate who made the perfect pass. And finally, just reflect. How does it feel to remember that your success is part of a much bigger team effort?
Abram was offered all the treasures of Sodom, but he chose his integrity instead. And that leaves us with a final question to really think about this week. What kind of wealth is truly worth having? Thank you for joining us for this complete journey through the Pardes. We hope these ancient truths help you and your family improve your own dimensions this week. If you enjoyed this full chapter deep dive, please like, subscribe, and share which part of the journey touched your soul in the comments. We'll see you in the next chapter.